Grassroots business from Davos. Back to our top story. President Trump says he has formed a framework for a future deal on Greenland. And the NATO Secretary General, it follows the NATO Secretary General meeting here in Davos. And the Secretary General agrees with what was said, that a deal has been put together and further negotiations will take place. As a result, Mr. Trump said he would no longer impose new tariffs on European nations opposed to his ambitions. And there was a sharp rally on the market, with the Dow up several hundred points. During an earlier speech in Davos, Mr. Trump backed down using force to acquire Greenland, though he said he could envision paying for it. Edgars Rinkēvičs is the president of Latvia. Mr. President, thank you, sir. I know that you are hearing this as fast as we are, but what do you make of what you're hearing tonight?
I think it's good news, because that's something that we were advocating for from the beginning of the whole issue, that everything that is related to the security of Greenland should be dealt through NATO, through collective defense efforts. And apparently, I believe that that framework includes most probably more military engagement of NATO troops. We are sometimes talking about so-called Arctic sentry. Now we have the Baltic sentry, we have the Eastern sentry, those missions that are guarding the eastern flank. Maybe that is something that is now building up. The readout will be coming tomorrow.
Right, but on this core point of the significance of the Arctic, one might take issue with President Trump's methods and phraseology, but there does seem to be an acceptance of the importance of strengthening the Arctic security.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, there is quite a remarkable change, because 6-7 years ago, we were not talking so much about Arctic security. There were some discussions, but we were not looking at this from the angle of guarding our collective, not only Eastern security, but now also Northern security. So this is remarkable change, but I think that this is the right time to talk about this challenge as well.
Are you disappointed that there wasn't more progress made on Ukraine here at Davos? The president basically, the US president basically saying that, it's nothing to do with us. It's a long way away. We're helping out with NATO, but it's really nothing to do with us. Now, this sort of lack of engagement at the moment could lead to a greater push by Russia.
I think that to some extent we have seen that already in the past.
Really?
We had, remember, we had some strikes against Iran. We had some other things happening, and then the focus from Ukraine shifted, but then it came back. And yes, indeed, we were all, let's say, talking about Greenland. We were talking about the changing or disappearing old world order and the new world order emerging. But I do believe that already from tomorrow, the Ukraine is going to be back, and all the issues that are related to security guarantees, territorial issues will be discussed again.
The question of disinformation, of Russian cyber activity, it sounds the stuff of spy movies, but you're telling me that it is real, and your citizens are feeling it.
Well, you know, we have acts of sabotage, we have acts of espionage, we have disinformation campaigns through social media.
Really?
Those are things that we consider as almost business as usual, but of course it's not a business as usual. And we are in the midst of hybrid warfare, especially in the eastern flank.
Right, well, come over, a bit of other time. Come over to join me over here, sir. Choose your colour. Oops. Bending down in the cold weather, it's not easy. Choose your colour.
The blue one.
The blue one. Everyone's going blue. What gives you hope? You can circle join, or you can write something new on the board yourself. So what gives you hope?
I would choose the word calm.
Oh, calm.
Whatever situations we have, we always need to keep calm and carry on.
Keep calm. Good to see you, sir. I'm very grateful. Keep calm and carry on. Thank you.